last man standing. 4-5 sitting on my dresser like a bandit. Oh my, why you scared? There ain't no need to panic. I ain't on a wave that could sink the tides running.
And this episode of Noonish is brought to you by JW Compass, Screwball, Peanut Butter, Whiskey, High Energy Models and Events, Specs, Wine Spirits, and the Finer Foods.
Good.
And the 2021 Celebrity Softball Classic brought to you by Verve. Man, hello people, hello everyone. Welcome to my favorite show and hopefully yours, Noonish. Man, coming at you again, noon on Wednesday, baby. So happy to be here today, man. We got an awesome guest for you guys in the house today. I am your host, J.A., a.k.a. Jonathan Anderson. Man, this is fun, y'all. I'm excited about this show. Coming to you with our awesome co-hosts. 1 and 2 right here. Starting with Mr. El Grande Toro. Jonas Bull in the house. Bullhorns, baby. You know, it's a thing. It's a thing, baby. It's a thing.
You can't avoid it.
Yeah, man.
The rumble of the Bulls.
And
That's
hey,
right. Should play when you.
The best golfer you haven't seen.
Oh, God.
Oh. Hey.
This guy.
Pressure. Tiger who?
Huh?
Tiger who? Huh?
Tiger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tiger Hood.
Hey, the
y'all.
best golf you haven't seen, Mr.
Hey.
Mark Clayton in the building, man. Gracing us. It's all hands. You know, I can't help but to say all hands. You know, man, looking good bringing in Big 4-0, man.
Huh?
Huh? What? I'm just playing, dog. You know, I'm just messing with you, dog.
Hey.
You messing with you.
Slow motion, man. Hey.
Oh, man, and hey, we got a very special guest in the house coming to you from North Carolina.
No, Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia. Man, I knew I had it wrong. It's all good.
That's
it's
all right.
Close.
It's all about the same, though.
It's close. It's close, man.
The traffic
let's
regulations
talk about
are very
Virginia.
different.
Coming from Richmond, Virginia, founder of Tech for Titans. Oh, Tech for Titans.
Oh, my God.
Again, bro. I did it again.
Oh, my God.
You're fired.
I don't know what this Titans thing is.
Take care of my light work here. Take care of my light work here.
T14, Tech for
Goodness.
Troops in the house. Mr. Mark Casper, man. I don't know.
I know.
MC,
You
bro.
did that walk in the door, and it's like,
Bro,
I don't know.
You know,
Did I get
in my
out?
mind, Troops are just Titans.
good.
You know, they just
Well, that's true. We
incredible
are.
people. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right,
So
right.
it's
Solid
it's giving
recovery.
props.
Right,
you
especially
know?
when it's the Marine Corps.
recovery.
Yeah, absolutely.
Solid.
recovery.
It was almost.
Hey, I'm
solid.
just trying to say, man. I'm just trying to say, man. I'm just happy to have you here, bro. And
I am happy to be
Two
here.
MCs
I was
in the building,
saying it
man.
in my mind. I was like,
Were
say
you?
it right, say it right.
Say-
man.
no.
You know, that's
Bro.
what happened, man. I overthought it,
happen.
man. That's
You know what
happens when
happened?
you overthink the process.
It was the ambiance that's bringing on plus.
Yes.
The
Plus.
performance enhancing
Plus, we
drink.
haven't had our
That's it.
PED toast just yet.
Yeah.
Performance enhancing
That boy
drinks in the
didn't
house. Get
finish.
this
No
thing
doubt.
started, man. Get this thing started. Hey, that's Tech for Troops, y'all. Get it right. Get it right the first time.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to call out. This is awesomely good.
That's that screwball, man. That
It's
screwball.
already, it's already messing with you.
It's
Screwball
good
peanut butter
stuff.
whiskey.
Yep.
It was good.
Peanut butter
now,
whiskey.
now
Very good.
available in
It
shot
nice.
sock sizes.
Hey, shot socks.
Yeah,
Shot
there we go.
socks.
Yep.
Hey, do you have your?
They got the mid. They
I-
got the mid-size
I
one, too.
do have my shot sock.
Hey, man. Hey, come out to the Celebrity Softball Classic, and you might find yourself in a pair of one.
That's true.
But yeah, man, Mark, how's your trip so far, man?
It's
Welcome
been
to
amazing.
Texas.
Thank you. I flew in yesterday, had dinner with Zarko and a bunch of other folks, and then today I'm already looking at building. So we're looking to expand into the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Excellent.
And what we do is support the veteran community and need vets by gifting them or giving a computer and the training to go along with that computer. And then they can get online, create resumes, apply for jobs, and we support them with that as well. We don't write it for them, but we help them with it.
Yes.
And then we hire vets, give them the opportunity to learn IT skills, and then we gently push them out the door to a better job. We have a guy that's working at the Pentagon now, one at the Network Operations Center at Fort Lee, another guy at Markel Insurance, which is an international insurance company. He's now coding, and a few others that have gone on to really good things coming out of homelessness, sleeping in their cars, and that kind of stuff. So we really push the vet to become better or really become who they should be, not who they think they can be, but push them out there to where they know that they have the skill set to get better.
That is awesome. So are these newly transitioning vets, or is this veterans that just have an interest in looking to get on that path and join that society?
Yeah.
Because it's a different world once you get out of the military.
It's totally different. No, it's both actually.
Yeah.
A really cool story is at a training session a couple of weeks ago, and my warehouse door slammed, and I knew somebody was walking in the door. Right, they were late to the class, is what I thought. So I said, "Hold on," walked out, and I'm like, "Who are you? What are you doing? Why are you here?" And he's like, "My name's Marion. I got a computer from you 2 years ago." And I'm like, "Stop. Come on and talk to these vets who are in this class," right? So these are Iraq, Afghanistan vets down to Vietnam vets. So it's the whole gamut.
Okay, that varies.
And as Marion came in, it was an amazing story. I actually teared up a lot, actually.
That's awesome.
And he said, "I was an alcoholic. I'm a drug addict. I got sober, I got a computer, I got a job, and I'm here to give back the computer." So he literally was holding his computer to give back to another vet.
Wow.
And I was like, are we cussing on this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
is
I was like tearing up, right? Just want to make sure I should ask that before we started. But I'm like, ugh. And it was just, I'm like, this, folks, everybody in the class, this is what it's about.
Hit you right
This
here.
is, it does.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
real.
Absolutely.
So I had another vet who was named Marshall, and you'll see him on the Jumbotron at the celebrity game. Homeless, alcoholic, wanted to die, got sober, came to Tech for Troops, got his computer, and he called me up a couple of weeks ago, and he's like, "Mark, I got a job making 60 grand with bonuses up to 100 grand.
Wow.
I'm looking to buy
Amazing.
a house." He bought a car. He's looking to buy a house, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, again, the vet, right? Hey, Marine Corps,
Marine Corps.
75.
Hey.
Super cool.
And be on the board. So I took the tour. When I walked in the door, I mean, God told me I was home.
Yes.
I literally knew my head exploded. It was lightning bolts and unicorns and all that stuff going on. And I walked in the door. We had 750 square feet at the time.
Yeah.
And she looked at me and said, "Do you want to be executive director?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And I went home to my wife and I said, "Hey, guess what? I'm changing jobs again." Right?
Yeah.
And she was like, "Well, you've never run a nonprofit." I said, "I know, but this is where I belong."
Yeah.
And a lot of things happened, but October 2016, I took it over completely. IRS, bank, state, federal, local, all that stuff turned into me because she was going to shut us down. And not in a bad way. If she hears this, it's not in a bad way. It's just, it was floundering. And when I took over, I was floundering. I never run a nonprofit.
Yeah. Right.
It's a different animal.
Yeah.
It really is. But I worked it. And then come January 2017, we received 3,000 laptops from FEMA.
Wow.
Out of the blue.
Incredible.
Out of the blue. Had no idea what's coming.
Yeah.
No idea.
That is
Literally.
great.
Mark.
What?
That's a
No
blessing
idea.
right there. That's a blessing. right there.
200%.
Drop down.
Drop down. I mean,
it's
my
like
little
rain dropping
warehouse,
down in
my
your
little
living
warehouse
room.
was just stacked with boxes.
Yeah.
What?
And
It's like, what do we do with all this?
Who gave him the address?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I still don't know that.
It's like,
hey,
what?
Hey, in those
That's
moments, you don't
amazing.
even ask. You're
I
like,
didn't.
What? Okay, cool.
I didn't.
Let's go.
The guy whose name was on the signature, I actually called him up like a year later and said, "Hey, we're out. We've been supporting veterans. Here's what we're doing."
Right.
And he's like, "I don't know who you are."
Yeah.
And he
That's
hung up.
crazy.
And he hung up.
That's wild.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and then on, now we're at 7,000 square feet
That's
and looking
amazing.
for expansion opportunities in DFW.
Wow.
That's
Actually
amazing,
across
bro.
the nation. But
10 times.
Yeah.
No, 10 times the
750
size that you
to 7,000.
started with, man.
Yep.
That's incredible, man.
That's awesome, bro.
Briefly, you mentioned Zarko, man. Eric Zarko in the house, man. What's going down, Zarko?
Stay off
Man, so this is the reason why I know Mark, man. Zarko is just, and talk about that servant heart,
Yep.
man. This dude here is amazing. There's
Yeah.
really no words that can really capture what this man is right here. He just goes out and serves. Nonprofits is his passion, man. And, man, I definitely appreciate this, Zarko. Appreciate the introduction.
Steelers are my passion.
Oh, we can't bring up the Steelers. We can't bring up the Steelers, you know?
It's lightweight jealousy, to be honest.
Hey, we
It
trying
ain't-
to.
They actually threw the fucking ball. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't throw the ball.
You
like,
kind of
know
wish
what
you
I'm
had
saying?
Big Ben tossing that thing to you, man. They had Mark
Yeah,
down there.
right.
Hey, doing that Julio Jones on the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
It
it's
was
all
tough.
good, man. But
No,
no,
we had
thank you
Ed. We had
very
Ed.
thank
We
you
had
very
Ed.
much, Zarko, man. This
Yeah.
is a blessing, man.
This
So
is.
you know,
That's
we were
cool,
talking.
man.
You were telling some pretty cool stories, man, prior
Yeah.
to the show starting, and we don't got to go into the depths of them all, but you know, obviously
Was a
you were
Marine.
once in the military.
Yeah.
I was in, well, I am still a Marine.
Okay.
Once a Marine, always a Marine. It is something that my parents were very smart at. And when I was that age, I was not doing well in life. And
What do you mean? Like not doing?
He had the
like
same
what?
conversation DOC had. DOC.
Wait. What do you mean?
Let's just say that I was on the path to perdition. Right?
Yeah.
It was not going to be
You
a
was
pleasant
the
Mark
spawn of
life story.
Satan.
It was bad. Right?
So you mean you were human?
I was human. I am human.
Yeah.
And literally, my mom walked in one night. It was a Friday night. I wasn't out that night, so take that for what it is. And she said, "Why don't you do something with your life and join the Marine Corps?"
Great mom.
Great mom.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, okay.
But
And
she could have
literally
said
next
the Air
day.
Force or something. You know, she put you
Well,
in
she
the-
worked for the Air Force for years and years.
Oh, yeah.
And I always grew up with the Marine Corps being at the core of my heart for some reason,
yeah.
right? I grew up in San Antonio, Air Force bases everywhere.
Yes,
There's no
sir.
Marine Corps bases
okay.
anywhere.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those things. And I'm like, okay. So the next day, I went down and took the test.
Yeah.
Just like that.
So
And
mom
then-
saw you thugging and was like, "Hey, man,
I
you
know-
need to
I
take
know
that
exactly
to the
what you-
Marines, bro.
Yeah.
Because you a
fit-
little
you
too
fit
hard
right
for the
in.
Air Force.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
a little too hard for
Yeah.
that. Right in, man. We need you out there fighting. You over here busting these kids' heads open, man.
Yeah, shh.
Yeah. Like it.
I was a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah,
Right?
man. It eventually turned into one, right?
Love
No,
to
Oh my
fight.
goodness.
That's a shit.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome, man. So
Yeah.
how long did you serve? I mean, you're,
I did for 4 years,
Okay.
83 to 87. Never saw combat because there was really nothing going on back then, right?
yep, the drug
And
war at home.
That
in
was
LA.
that was pretty much it.
They didn't send you to LA to stop the.
No, they didn't send us to LA.
No.
No, Battlefield LA didn't happen. No,
Yeah.
no. But and I got married in the Marine Corps. I'm still married to my lovely my soulmate, my wife.
That's awesome.
30 going on 36 years this year.
Excellent, excellent,
Yep.
man. That's a
So
great.
she has been my rock.
Yep,
Awesome.
yep. So I hear you guys over in Virginia are Baltimore Raven fans, or at least some of y'all, man. Like
Some
what is
of
that
them are,
about?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You Dallas
um,
Cowboy guy? I mean,
no.
who you rocking with, man? Who you rocking with?
No, I won't say. No, I'm old school. I was
school?
old school Pittsburgh fan.
Okay.
Back in the 70s, and the curtain was going on. And
so
then
that's how y'all like.
Mean
like
Joe
it.
a
Green.
little bit Mean Joe Green,
Yeah.
Stalwart,
Bradshaw,
Bradshaw, Bradshaw, all those guys, right? That was my passion. And then after I joined the Marine Corps and I had kids, life stopped,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't remember music, sports, anything for years and years because
Where were you? What base?
I was at Cherry Point, North
Where you go?
Carolina.
You stay. Okay, you went to.
But we had kids.
Cherry Point.
Cherry Point. Yeah, we had kids while I got out of the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
You had a little bit
But
of-
that was my focus. My kids were always my focus, always have been. And then I started playing soccer at a Iranian, or he calls himself a Persian, living next to us, and he's like, "Come out and play." So I'm like, okay, I don't know how to play. I've never played before, I mean, except for kickball.
Yeah.
And I fell in love.
Yeah.
So I took the family to World Cup in Germany.
You probably playing defense, biggest dude on the field, just
I was
throwing bows.
Goalie.
I was midfield.
Yeah.
Midfield.
Yeah,
Yeah,
midfield.
Versatile.
Yeah, I was running, and then
Run a
I
little
started
bit.
refereeing and all that stuff.
Nice.
Oh,
So
dang.
I was doing 15, 20 miles a game.
So how old were you when you started playing soccer?
So it would have been like about 96. So 64, 96, 40,
Man,
32,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
32.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very cool.
somewhere in there.
That's
Yeah.
very cool,
And
man.
I just played. I just loved it.
It's
And
li- yeah, it's
ever
awesome.
since.
You were like Ibrahimovic out there, right?
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when Zlatan, when you
Hey,
see,
better.
Hey.
you go ahead and understand. I'm better than you.
At least he's got the same
Just so you
mentality.
know.
Got the same mentality as
He worked.
Ibrahimovic for
It
days.
Yeah.
was a lot
I'm
of
the
fun. Cristiano Ronaldo has called me up and asked for pointers, and I just like, dude, I can't.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
everybody else is calling me. I give it to you.
Yeah.
You know,
you
Messi's
can't.
called me up
Messi-
and said, Mark, what are you doing? And I'm like, I can't tell you guys what's going on.
Yeah, just don't have enough time.
I
have
don't.
enough
Sorry,
time.
sorry. Grandkids
funny.
come first.
That's funny.
And Jonas, you got a background in the military as well, right?
I do have a background in the military a little bit later.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I was getting out at around 96. But I did actually spend a few days around Cherry Point. We dropped a fairly large piece of equipment in the water
Nice.
Oh, very well. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
off Cherry Point.
Nice.
Yeah, I was in, and I had the the transition experience. I didn't get to do what I wanted to do in the Navy. I spent a lot of time around Marines. And they
Yeah, y'all are like brothers, like you know.
It was
You
well.
wanted to go to
it's-
submarine?
yeah, in a lot of ways, I would say yeah, because on a base, on a ship, even out in town, if it's Navy and Marines, we're gonna fight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
But if anybody else
Messes with y'all? Either one of y'all?
Either one.
Come together.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
on.
Really?
Like, we're gonna have each other's back. all the
That's
time.
brothers all day.
All
the time.
day.
It is.
Yeah,
all
man.
day. Yeah.
Brothers all day.
I will beat my brother's ass.
Yeah.
But if somebody fuck with my brother,
Or even said something hard about your
that is
brother.
a try.
I'm gonna beat their ass.
That's 100% true.
Absolutely.
I was on the base in Gitmo as well,
Uh-huh.
and just for some training, and we were going to the NCO club, right, and hanging out, and did you ever get down to Gitmo? Okay,
The NCO club?
So
Was that
Gitmo,
that's like the boom boom room?
it's like the boom boom room, basically. Yeah. So Gitmo at the time, so this was before everybody had internet access and all that kind of stuff. There was nothing to do.
Yeah.
Because you're, it's kind of like the guy said on you're 100 yards from all these Cubans who want to kill you. Like there's literally nothing to do except chase iguanas.
Wow.
So they go to the NCO club and
Sounds like junior college.
get drunk and get in a fight.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That
I mean,
sounds-
it's standard
routine.
procedure.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's doctrine.
That's
If
way
you're
too
not
much
doing that,
testosterone,
You're
man.
a
So-
fucking weirdo.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Like-
so we go and there's a fight going on and it starts over in the corner and spreads across the little bar, which is at the time, I mean this was 20, 30 years ago.
Is that 30 years
It was not a large, well put together place.
Yeah.
But they start this fight, and I'm there talking to one of my guys who's having some home problems, and I'm like, yeah, man, I get it. Everything's fine until somebody flips the table over and spills our beer.
Oh man.
We're like, all right, Danny, we're gonna have to join this thing.
Can't spill the beer, man.
Counseling is over.
Can't spill the beer.
So big, just a massive knockdown drag out there on Guantanamo Bay military base.
He has a few you share brawls.
Shared brawls, and this was I don't know if anybody knows what started this brawl, but
Doesn't matter.
it quickly turned into Navy versus Marines because the Marines were stationed there all the time, and we were the newcomers for the most part. We had a detachment with us as well. So then the MP, the military police, show up to break it up because again, this is standard operating procedure. They have a scheduled event.
They know.
This is the time that we show up.
Yep.
So they show up and they start breaking it up and knocking some heads together and throwing some people. If you were too rowdy, they'd throw you in the tank for a couple of days.
So it's like a fight to the death just because of pride alone.
Without death, yeah.
Yeah, without
minus,
death.
minus
You know
the
what I
death.
mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
MP.
For the most part, yeah. But
Who's the best at close quarter combat?
by that time, probably the MPs because they're the only ones that weren't drunk.
Absolutely, man.
But so we leave from there and we're running through the base trying to get back to where we were supposed to go, and of course we had no idea where we were going. It's just a totally new base, totally new layout, no GPS, and it's not like you could look it up on your phone.
Yeah.
And we end up in I'm gonna say tanks because that's what it is.
Right.
But it was actually amphibious vehicles, armored amphibious vehicles, AAVs. And the old school ones too.
Yeah.
The ones that would sink like a rock.
Not quite amphibious enough.
And we tried to steal the AAV, but we couldn't figure out how to drive it.
Oh my god.
It turns out they don't have steering wheels.
They don't.
Well, they like sticks?
It's more like a motorcycle.
Oh, like this.
Yeah, it's
man.
crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah, that's nuts.
But fortunately, a Marine came along who we had just been fighting. Came along and grabs me and the guy who had twisted his ankle jumping over a fence.
Yeah.
and helps us get back to where we were supposed to be.
Yeah.
So it's like we were just fighting.
Yep.
Okay, now we're in trouble. So we're all brothers now.
Right.
That's exactly right.
Hey, this makes me want to start a clubhouse room called Military Fight Stories. Bro, that could be
there
huge.
would be some good ones.
That could be huge,
yeah.
bro.
That would be some
Yeah.
good ones.
Y'all just we're gonna edit this out. Don't worry about it. You see a lot. We're gonna
That'll be
edit this
some
piece
good
out, man.
But that
would be
transition phase from having this environment where you literally always have somebody that's got your back to being thrown out into the world alone.
Yep.
Even if you've got family or friends, it's just not the same. And you don't your job that you were doing. I tried to educate myself on everything they would let me do. But even then, it's just like that transition from this highly structured, I know how to move forward with my career in the military to, I have no idea where do I go.
You don't wear a dress shirt. You don't own a dress shirt.
Right. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I have some sweats and some jeans, and t-shirts.
So
that's it.
I was at one point, I was never in the military, but I was around the military. I was married in college into the military. And that was, her main problem. She was like, I don't know what to
Was
wear.
this an arranged marriage?
All the time.
Yep.
No, I wasn't arranged.
You was married in college? You was married in college?
My senior year of college.
Okay.
Your senior year you got married?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And
That's bold.
didn't know what to wear. Like, it's just it's really like your mindset is completely different. So being around it, man, I got a lot of friends in the military.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And
Likewise.
it was very cool understanding. They all had a different job. Right. I learned so much about the military life, man. And I learned even more so that that's not for me. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It takes
tough.
a very special person.
It does.
And like I had friends that that I'm talking people that were just like me, studs in high school football, and just decided to go to the military. And they were studs in the military. And I learned about all Navy sports. Right, I didn't know all military sports, right, and like they're out there balling, and these cats get paid to go play sports in cities around the world, bro.
What?
And that's their career in the military for the most part.
They
They have
softball. They do rugby now. They do all
they got
sorts.
basketball,
Really?
like baseball. I mean, all
Really?
yes, bro. And they've got the Navy team, they got the Army team,
Marine Corps.
Marines. They've got their teams, bro, and they travel around and play these other countries. Crazy, bro. That blew my mind.
No, they don't get paid a lot.
No, they still get paid their
Yeah,
military,
they get
but
paid their military, but they're
paying to go
playing
to
sports
practice.
to be in the military.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
They're getting paid to go to practice.
I'm sure
They're getting
expenses.
Yeah.
Living. All
all
that
that
stuff.
stuff. Go to other
Yeah, room and
cities
board.
and
Yep.
stay at the what's it called, the barracks,
Yep.
right? Stay in the barracks to the
Yeah.
other cities that they're in. But I
Yeah.
mean, they're not going to work. They're wearing a basketball,
They
whatever
on the
uniform
court.
it is. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Blew
Wow.
my mind. I was like, I probably could have done that.
You could have
Yeah.
done that.
That'd
Both
been
of y'all could have
fun.
done
Definitely
that.
could have did.
They got
Yeah.
track,
probably
they got all
could
kinds of
now.
stuff.
Now, yeah, I probably like fit right in.
Yeah, but then when that call comes, you gotta go to war, dog. Like, it ain't no.
Are you still on? Like,
Yeah,
you still
you're
in
still-
your
yeah,
reserves?
still.
You're on the reserves.
It's
Okay.
not even reserves. You're like
Yeah,
in the
you're active
military.
duty.
Oh, you're
active
active?
duty. Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
okay.
But man, there's some serious perks with those cards, man. You
Yep.
get in anywhere.
Well, it's like the Marine Corps band, right? There's guys and gals who play the trombone or the flute or whatever, and that's what they do when they get in.
Yeah.
And they stay in and they get to go from city to city to play and do the Marine Corps hymn and everything else. But that's their job.
That's their
Yeah.
job. Yeah.
It's not, but they need to fight. They will fight.
Well, yeah.
Every Marine is a rifleman,
Yeah.
Right.
right? Just what it is.
Right.
And they come out with like skills.
Yeah.
Right. They have jobs
Yep.
that they could then transition into the real world,
Yep.
depending on what your role was.
And,
right.
and,
So
and you're absolutely right. The transition is the toughest part.
Yeah.
There's 22 veterans a day who commit suicide.
Man.
Right? 22 a day. And that's been pretty set for years now. Probably 10, 15 years, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And what it is, what we're finding is that as somebody's active duty transitioning out, is within the first 90 days is they're finding out, I can't support my family this way. I can't support
Yeah.
myself this way.
It's not gonna
and it's
work.
depression.
Yep.
And some take
Yep.
the low road out, right? And
Yep.
and some take the high road out. And that's where Tech for Troops is trying to step in and go, don't. I mean, I just saw a post on LinkedIn this morning, and it was a Marine got out, or he was about to get married, 2 weeks away from getting married, killed himself.
man.
Right? And this guy was
Man.
loved, and
Yeah.
he couldn't handle it
That
anymore.
pressure,
So
man.
Yeah.
there's a lot of pressure.
There's a lot of parallels to that athlete.
Yep.
When
Oh,
you're
very much
leaving
so.
The world of sports.
Yep.
Yeah.
Going into the real world, it's like you identify
It's a whole
with
nother
this.
ballgame.
You've had this structure for so long.
Yep.
Yep.
Who am I now?
Yep.
What am I gonna do next?
Yep.
Can I handle this? Right,
Yeah.
and then you put the pressure of family on top of that, man. It's a lot
It's a
for a
lot.
lot
They're
of people.
depending
man.
on me.
And
Yeah,
now,
Yeah,
right,
that's a lot,
right
bro.
now, and some other times, off and on in the past, we also had people coming out who had been involved directly in violence, whether it was them having to commit violence on somebody else, or them being injured, or having
Something.
somebody that they cared about
Yeah.
get injured or killed. They're right there in front of them, and that weighs on you. Like that's I mean it happens to people in civilian life too.
Yep.
but usually, most people don't experience that.
Right.
Most people never
see
it.
the actual
Certainly
death
not
or whatever.
certainly not in the compressed time frame
Right.
that you do in certain places, certain jobs in the military, and that weighs on you. And those guys need to know that it's okay to need help. It's okay to get help.
Ask.
And that there are places and people like Tech for Troops who
Yeah. What's going on?
Hey, Mark, with the suicides, is there a connection with rank?
So
No.
the question Eric just asked is, with suicide, is there a connection with rank in the military?
There's not. No, you have stories, national news stories of a colonel in the Marine Corps or getting out, trying to get into the VA. Now, I'm not slamming the VA. Don't think I am. But he thinks he's not getting the support he needs. He literally drives into the parking lot, puts a note on the other floor, on the other seat, and shoots himself in the parking lot of the VA. That happens more often than we hear. But that's from senior officers down to junior enlisted. There is no
Consistent
No.
pattern, or
there's no pattern. That's why
it's
it's
an individual case.
That's why
study.
That's why it's hard to figure out who's doing what and where, then to stop it, because it could be a colonel, it could be a private.
Yeah.
What do you say, right?
Yeah,
It's
and relating
tough.
it to sports, like even the junior Seau situation, right?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a well-known athlete,
Yep.
very successful for years.
Yep.
Pro bowler,
Unexpected.
and completely unexpected.
Completely.
No one saw it coming, right? And then you've got guys that have played a much less role, weren't really known, but the same situation, like the guy over this past year that killed the people out in South Carolina, I believe it was.
Well,
what was his name?
I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he murdered people and then killed himself, right? I think he killed his family and then killed himself.
Yes,
I
yes,
can't
yes,
think of
yes.
the
I
name.
remember that now.
Yeah, he
Yep.
not the popularity,
Yep.
didn't have the long successful career, but
Yep.
the same issues, man. Like, it's just the individual. It doesn't matter, right? How
doesn't.
long you're in. It's just that person, how they approach,
Process.
how they how they
Handle
process
their-
this and how they handle the situation at hand.
It's that I'm liking it for you guys being in the military because you're in a family, right? You're in the locker room, you're on the field,
Yeah.
you're traveling from place to place to place to place, and then when you lose that, if you don't find that family somewhere else,
Yes.
whether it's more sports or business or you name it, then you're right, something bad's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if they've ever done a study, but if they ever looked at pro sports or minor league sports people who get out, do they become successful? Do they fall into homelessness
at
and
what rate?
poverty?
At
At
what
what
rate?
rate? Or suicide? I mean,
Yeah.
I worry
rates
about
are?
the vets, but it'd be the same thing as the family, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's what you're part of.
Delonte West, we bring him up again. He was on the streets, on the corners. This guy won championships with the Mavericks and went deep with the Cavs in the playoffs, and next thing you know, he's on the, Mark Cuban had to go pick him up off the corner, panhandling. You know what I mean? It's just, it all depends on the individual,
Yep, it all
right? And how
depends.
they handle these situations.
Yep.
But that was a major focus of me wanting to bring this thing together, right?
Right.
And when I left baseball, that was a major focus of mine because I felt, when I left, I didn't know who I was. I had no idea who I was at that point because I so long identified with sports, whether it was, football, track, but whatever it was, this is what I did.
Yep.
Right. And then, like I say, it's like a relationship.
It
that was
is.
my woman.
Yep.
That was my girlfriend
Right.
for a long time.
Yep.
That's all I cared about,
know it.
That's who I gave all my attention to. You know what I mean? And, when I no longer had that, and luckily, thankfully, I had a mindset to, go and provide a space for other people to gain success. At the time, it was in the financial services industry, making sure that other athletes weren't going broke, right, and understanding what that looked like, right. Even though I wasn't the richest of them all, like I knew that, I knew I had a bigger purpose, right. And we all have, it's finding and understanding what was this purpose, right? Why was I placed in front of all these people? Why did I build all these relationships, and how can I now bring them all together and connect them?
Yep.
Right, and that was my focus. And luckily, I we weren't able, we didn't have that mindset that a lot of people fall into.
So before we leave, on that note, before we leave the subject of Tech for Troops, what are some of the services that you offer in this regard? So for people who don't know already.
So one of the things I'm gonna say I'm proud of, it's not really a pride thing though, is that all of my folks, especially the veterans, so I hire, I have a really great high functioning autistic man working for me, and he's amazing. And then I have some other folks, civilians that work for him, but the veterans that I have hired will, no matter what, take the time to talk to somebody who walks in the door, right? So we've had that, literally, guy walk in the door and he's like, he's literally like, I don't know what to do. And we sit down and talk for hours, right? And it's that camaraderie, that family that you bring back to that. I think that's one of the most powerful things we do. It's not an everyday occurrence, but when it happens, we do it. And when the vets come in for training, as I mentioned, I try to attend each training and at least give the introduction. And it's like, you have an opportunity now to change your life for the rest of your life. Today is that day. No matter how old you are, no matter what you're doing, stay away from the porn, stay away from the gambling, stay away from the stupid stuff on the internet. There's a lot of stupid stuff on the internet.
Absolutely.
Right?
A lot of
so stay away,
distractions.
a lot of it. So stay away from that and learn how to build yourself up, because you are the 3%. And they're all looking at me like I'm crazy, but then I explain to them, really, it's about 3% of the country is served. And that's it. Out of 350 million, 3%. And that's a brother and sisterhood that can't be broken.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the other part is I try to, we all try to, but I try to build them up so they understand, you need help, you come back. Marshall's come back. Marion came back and gave, right? So those guys, and then Chris, who works at Markel, he came back the other day. He's driving an Audi, right?
Nice.
He was homeless.
Yeah.
Now driving an Audi, coding for Markel, and he calls me Papa. Don't repeat that. That one should be cut out too, Papa.
What up, Pops?
Yeah. So he comes in, and it's literally a big hug and how you doing, and I'm glad you're doing well.
Yeah.
And it's a family.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It doesn't make a difference who we are.
Absolutely.
Because if you stripped our skin off us, we're all the same.
Yep.
That's
Absolutely.
it. We're all the same.
Yep.
We're all the same.
I still get cold
fears,
though. I get colder before you
security.
do.
No, you don't. No.
You get cold too?
No, my goodness.
Not in Texas.
I get cold.
Yeah.
I get cold. I was in Green Bay a couple weeks ago, and it was 75-ish Wednesday afternoon, right? And I looked at the app, and I'm like, holy shit, it's going to be 46 tonight.
Yeah.
I went in and turned heat on in the room.
Yeah.
Like, I had cranking.
Absolutely.
So, and everybody else like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm not getting cold.
Hey man, when I coached high school ball, I was out there in that wind every day. I wore ear warmers until it was 80 degrees.
There you go.
They're like, "What are you doing, coach?" I'm like, "Hey man, I'm not getting sick, dog."
There you
Like,
go. There you go.
Period.
Here you go. Here's to the warmth.
Yeah, man. here's
See,
the
I-
warmth,
play with that
man.
cold.
See, I try to get cold because I want to get tough.
See, nah, screw that.
Like,
I got nothing to prove. I got nothing to prove with
I got
that.
nothing to,
proving
not
anything.
at my age.
Tough.
that's how you get strong.
That's how
Is
you
it?
get. Hey, I
I don't need to be strong.
Maybe not.
Yeah, that's all good. Or go
You
out
can have
there.
it.
Hey, go to Arizona. You get pretty tough real quick too in the
kidding.
summertime,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
For sure, man. But no, man. So I don't know if you've had a chance to watch the show yet, but we are sports and technology,
I know that.
right?
Yep.
Right. So you know, you got a little bit of both
Good
in your
stuff.
background, you know, and so we'll go ahead and jump on into the sports side of this thing.
Let's do
okay.
it.
All right, we're gonna start this off with boxing, man. I don't know if you had a chance to watch the fight, the fight
The fight.
this weekend.
I did not.
Right?
Yes,
It was
it was a
Mayweather,
finesse.
Mayweather versus Logan Paul.
Right.
Finesse.
It was
the
very
money.
interesting. You know, I was thinking that Mayweather would knock him out
Nice.
sometime between like the fourth and the sixth round of the fight, and I think I was right actually.
Yeah.
Right, because Logan looked like he got knocked out
Yeah.
on that in
He
the
slept
fourth
for
round.
like 2.3 seconds.
Yeah, he slept. Like he
Look,
went.
okay.
Mayweather caught him with a
I'm
right.
just gonna
He
say
went
this.
limp.
You don't do this in front of Floyd Mayweather
No.
and not get hit
And,
Yes.
and
in a real fight.
In a
throw
real fight. Exactly. You're right.
A sloppy cross.
You're
Yeah,
right.
right.
You're right. And I think
Like,
they were
like
No.
that's.
you know like
I'm like, dude, I could hit you.
yeah.
Easy.
I could hit you like that.
You know, like on WWE when they're whispering in each other's ears, like I'm gonna do a body slam and then come off the turnbuckle. You know, I
That
think there was a lot of that
that
going
what it
on
was.
during the fight, man. A lot
Yeah,
of whispering
it was
in
a
each other's
finesse.
ears. Yeah,
They're taking money.
yeah, but I definitely think Mayweather knocked him out and held him up until he woke back up, man.
Okay.
Because I don't know if y'all have seen that clip. Have you seen
I
the
agree.
clip?
I say I have seen the clip.
I don't know if
agree.
y'all.
So I've watched
like,
several clips.
The boy went
Yeah,
limp.
no, he
bro.
went limp.
He went.
I mean, it wasn't,
absolutely
wasn't no
limp.
point
It
in
was-
wasn't no point
yeah.
in watching the whole thing.
It was-
He went night.
He did. No, he did.
That was
bro.
a
He
hit.
wasn't that
I was
nice.
like, that-
Hey, Mayweather gave him a
not
10
there,
count in
right.
his ear while he's holding him up, man. It's like, hey,
yeah.
5,
Hey,
6,
get
7.
your ass up.
Get
your
up,
ass
wake up. We got millions to make.
That's
man.
right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You got to make it another
He's
round,
like,
bro. Come on.
you gotta stand up.
Absolutely. He said, "Hey, they said the
We got
more the
money
longer the
riding on
fight,
this,
the
bro.
more money he would make."
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And one thing I know Mayweather likes is money.
Making money. Absolutely.
I've seen. Yes, he does.
Period.
Nah, they
Period.
finessing
So-
people for that money.
You know, it was
See, that's the difference between a Mayweather and a Tyson. Like Tyson
Yeah.
would have been like smell blood and killed him.
that's why he didn't call Tyson out.
That's right.
That's
And
why
he
they don't
wasn't-
call Tyson
I'm
out.
gonna go old school. Sugar Ray would have taken him down.
Oh,
in a
yeah,
heartbeat.
no
You're
doubt.
right. Oh, I saw a clip of Sugar Ray,
He
like in a
would've.
sparring match.
Recently.
Yeah, on YouTube, I just came across this. It said when sparring goes wrong. It was like it was a top 10 countdown.
Yeah, that's one you
And
hit.
Sugar
You
Ray,
hit.
Sugar Ray was sparring with a guy back in the day. I don't know what this guy did. Looked like he had on some blue,
Not
Leotard.
recently. This is not recently.
No, this is like this is back in the '80s when Sugar Ray
Oh,
was
this is
Sugar
back when
Ray.
he was
Sugar Ray was Sugar
He was
Ray.
Sugar
yes,
Ray.
sir.
And Sugar Ray had just had like a left eye surgery or something, and the guy sparring with him like accidentally hit him with a jab in the left eye, and Sugar Ray blacked out. And I mean, went to town, beat
I'll
him,
bet.
bro. He beat him.
I bet.
Beat him down, and
Yeah.
dude knocked out. He hit him with one of those good kidney blows,
Yeah.
liver shots, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And
Fracture that rib.
it wasn't supposed to go that far.
Yeah. But it
No,
did.
Sugar Ray, Marvelous Marvin.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my God. That's
they say Marvin Hagler possibly would have beat
Arguably.
Mayweather because he was about the same size as
Wow.
about the same
Wow.
size as Logan Paul,
Yeah.
but in that weight class, right? He was 6'2", reach.
That would have
Oh,
been
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
That would have
yeah.
been interesting.
Yeah,
That would have been a fun if they could do that.
Yeah.
That would have been a
Yeah,
fun
that
one to
would've been
watch.
cool as fuck.
yeah. You got to get that.
By the way,
one
we
on.
should do it. We should do a fight dream card
Scenario?
like anybody through
man.
history.
Oh
like,
yeah,
The celebrity fights.
versus
Like
versus.
That'd be
Tyson
great.
and all
Celebrity
The old
or
celebrity
just-
fights.
all celebrity fight.
Yeah, you remember those? You could put the
Oh,
two celebrities
yeah.
and the anime together, and they're
Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
good.
Those were
Celebrity-
great.
That was-
Celebrity
I don't know what
death
happened to
match.
those.
Yeah.
That's it.
It was
That was
celebrity death
hilarious.
match. That was awesome.
That was
That was-
great, man.
Yeah.
So,
Whoever came with that
you
shit,
know,
that was a great idea.
And then we got to see our boy OCHOCINCO, a Pittsburgh Steelers rival,
That boy said.
right? A Baltimore rival. Would you consider Cincinnati a rival, or were they even good enough to be a rival?
That was not good enough to be right.
Not even with
I
Icky
think they made it to the
Woods
playoffs.
back in that day.
Carson Palmer, I think they did some things. They
Yeah,
did some things.
yeah. Andy Dalton had him rolling for a couple years,
They
right?
went to the Super Bowl
They did.
like 40 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
well, yeah, we're
I
talking
was
about
like,
the '80s. I can't believe that's 40 years ago.
Wow.
Incredible,
yeah, no. But yeah, OCHOCINCO was in the ring, and it wasn't pretty.
bro. So
It was funny.
he had a 4-round fight, and OCHOCINCO, he likes to have a little fun with whatever sport he's
No doubt.
playing in. So in the 4th round, he made it to the 4th round,
Yep.
and he showboated.
He showboated a little
He
bit.
showboated a little bit. It wasn't 10 seconds later, he was knocked out from a red hook.
Right, dying.
He,
That boy came back.
he forgot his technique.
How'd
Went
he
back to the
recover?
hood, threw a shot like this,
Yeah.
wide open, boy,
Smacked him.
wide open, and that's
The boy
why
got up off that ring like,
Yeah.
what? What do you do?
boxing
You
is a
put his
skill.
fist up?
Boxing is an art, right? It's not hood fighting, man. You go in there hood fight, you're gonna end up like Ocho,
Mm-hmm.
like Nate.
Coming up.
I'm sorry, Nate Robinson.
Put
I
your
like you,
fist
bro.
in the air.
Like you're one of my favorite athletes ever, bro, because you were spectacular. Kryptonite, everything, man. Won the
Yeah.
dunk contest, 5'6", 5'7", however tall you are.
5'8", Nate.
Incredible athlete. You were awesome on the football field at Washington University. I know you, Nate Robinson, but man, you went into the wrong sport that day.
Yeah, that was
Shouldn't have been boxing, man. So I don't mean to clown you all the time, but love to have you on the show. You can talk to me about it. But yeah, Ocho got knocked smooth out, and then there's a real fight coming up. I believe it is June 19th with our man, that guy Derek. Derek James training
We got.
one of the Charlo twins. This is JERMALL Charlo.
Okay.
He's got a title fight. He's got the belts right now, but he's letting this. I don't know. He's gonna beat this kid up. So I don't even. Montiel.
It's like a
Montiel.
warm up.
Yeah.
Or like a-
yeah, I mean, the guy's actually trying to go for the belt, but I don't know how much of a chance the guy's got. So
Where is he? Who is that?
I don't know.
Oh,
But because Derek is my guy, I want to go ahead and promote his fight.
Yeah.
What we can do. It's coming up here in a week. I'm sure I'll be tuning in. It's Showtime Boxing, man. It's
Charlo, get that warm up.
these
I
days.
think,
Do your thing, boy.
they'll still be taking it seriously.
your
I mean,
thing, boy.
The Montiel's not like, he's not like a world ranked,
Yeah.
super popular name, but
Yeah.
he's a fighter.
Absolutely.
You know,
But
you're familiar.
I checked into it when I was
When you
looking at
saw
the
that,
card,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he's a
And,
trained
so
boxer.
He's obviously he's a trained
He's a trained
boxer.
boxer.
and
Yeah.
Trained boxers,
I
they
would
can
not consider him a threat to the title,
Yes.
but I
never
would
know.
just from what we've talked to Derek and from what I've seen of the Charlo twins,
Yeah.
I would think they're still taking it seriously.
Absolutely.
I'd still.
Well, you gotta take them all.
Because the one
Oh, yeah.
time Tyson
Yeah,
didn't
you-
take
yeah.
Buster Douglas.
Yeah, I was saying you gotta take them all serious.
Anytime you let it slide,
Yeah.
that's not a sport where you can get a lot of bias.
Yeah,
Hey.
that's for us outsiders that get to say.
That's right.
I tell you what, the
Smack
internet,
'em.
the internet was
Like-
was nowhere to be found back when Tyson fought Buster Douglas, and I got that. Well, it was. Come to find out, the internet was.
It was around.
right?
Yeah,
But not
Just-
in the capacity that it is today.
AOL and
So was it like
Right.
Internet 56K or was it what?
like
Yeah.
literally
it was
actually.
military only.
Like rotary dial up. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Hey, I remember those days. Watch out now.
That even
Patch
makes
you
sense.
through.
But yeah, man, that I got that news as if the internet was on and popping.
Right.
Like, I got it that night. Right, I like he hit the ground. Like couldn't believe it. So you
that
got to
was-
take him seriously.
That's
man.
That one went over the sneaker net.
Yeah, that was
Sneaker
that was
net.
crazy.
Yeah.
running
Sneaker
to
net.
tell each other.
That was insane.
Yeah.
And then there's another Paul brother, of course.
Yeah.
The got your hat brother, right? The one that did knock out Mr. Nate Robinson, and recently a UFC guy. He's got a fight coming up against Tyron Woodley.
Yeah.
I don't think he should have taken that fight. Tyron looks like an absolute animal.
He is. I hope they actually fight.
He does actually. I'm
That
seeing the
should be-
picture
yeah,
here.
that should
he
be-
Yeah,
looks-
Tyron's a beast. I hope
Ty-
I hope his money. I hope they actually fight. That's all.
Tyron's actually gonna fight.
Yeah. Like,
I don't think it's in
go
him
for
to
the
do what
gusto.
Mayweather did. Like,
Yeah, I
honestly,
don't.
think he's
I
there.
haven't watched him as much, but from what little I've seen, he's more like he may be willing to hold back, but I think he's another one of those guys that like if he smells the blood,
Yeah.
he's gonna have to go
Finish it.
He's gonna go
Yeah.
all in.
Well, I think Jake he's trying to embarrass him right now.
True.
You know?
Yeah. He's
Jake
got a
went
couple
out
of,
and he was like, "All right, you got so much confidence. Go ahead and put your purse on the line,
Yeah.
right?
He did.
If you win, I'll double your
Yeah. Yep.
your,
And if
your
I
purse.
win, you donate to my charity.
And if I win, you don't. Yeah. So I think that's embarrassing, Tyron,
Oh,
right
yeah,
there. That's
that
calling
is.
him out.
Put
Right?
your money where
Put
your
your money
mouth
where your
is.
mouth is. That's
Mhm.
calling him out. So I think Tyron
big.
might go in there. Oh, you gonna double my purse if I win? Okay. First round knockout. Let me get that.
Bro.
Like straight up. Like leave no questions asked. Right. So
Yeah.
I will be watching that fight as well.
I'll watch that
that'll be a
one.
good one to watch.
Because it's tiring.
Of the celebrity fights,
Yeah.
that'll be a good one.
Yeah, I don't even think it's gonna be a man. I know Mark says it's gonna be a good fight, and I know
That-
these guys have been training for a few
it might
years,
be a
but
short fight, but
Tyron?
it'll be a
Yeah,
good
I
fight.
don't. Good fight.
It will be a fight.
It'll be a fight.
Yeah, it'll be a fight.
It'll be a fight.
Yeah,
Yeah. Tyron on top. I got Tyron on top.
we know they're gonna have a fight that day, so it's gonna start. I just think it's gonna end real fast, bro. I think it's gonna end real fast. But moving on, right?
Moving
so, Mark, this show, if you've been watching week after week, we have made some great predictions this year, starting with my pick of the Tampa Bay Bucks, even though it's only because Jonas picked Kansas City and I had to win that thing. Starting with that one. Then we had Baylor come along, and now Mark has called the MVP, man. Mark has called the MVP.
That was an easy call.
Yeah, you thought so?
It was. I don't even know what the vote was.
Well, it was Embiid, it was Curry, and it was NIKOla Jokic,
How much?
right?
Was
I
the-
don't know what the
Don't know what the spread was.
I don't know
Yeah,
what it
that's what I
was.
wanted.
Were you
Yeah.
betting
I
on
don't
the
know if it
spread?
was unanimous.
Not the spread, just what the actual voting
Yeah.
difference was. Like,
Yeah.
because I felt he ran away, especially when we got in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He just ran away with it.
Absolutely, but do
Bro.
playoffs count towards the MVP? Because that's a regular season vote.
I don't
Right.
know. I don't know that they're not.
Like,
is
I
it?
don't
Look
I
at
don't know.
eyeball.
What
think
is
it does.
what's the
Yeah.
scoring
Yeah.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, I don't know when they
parameters?
vote. The scoring.
like, what
I don't know.
Is it just what you think? Or,
Well, I mean,
either,
you do have to consider that the other star on the team has been injured, and Utah.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, Denver.
Denver.
I always want to call them Utah.
I know you get those two get mixed up.
Yeah,
but
because nobody watches the Mountain.
Neither one of
States
them.
in basketball. I can't even believe they got
Right.
basketball teams.
No doubt that are
But,
good.
Yeah,
actually. Like really
right. So that's
Again.
Mountain West in college, right? We don't watch them there either.
good. Shout out. They beat
But
our fucking Boise.
Ouch.
but they somehow
Facts.
came up with
Sorry, Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In those Mountain
The
States, they
MVP.
produced the number 2 pick in the NFL draft and this year's MVP, man.
Yeah. Yes, they
Like,
did. Yes, they did.
and hey, I tell you what, Jokic, I'd love to have you here in Dallas because that kid is very talented, very skilled in the game. He's not the most athletic, but he gets it done.
Mark Cuban, are you listening? I think you have an expert here you need to listen to.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, tell Mark.
He's not gonna listen.
Hey,
Come
man,
on.
He's not gonna listen to that.
Giving this to you for the free.
Free.
We can go ahead
He's
and
not
pick
gonna
up my guy Lillard or my guy down in San Antonio wasting his career away.
Lillard?
Was it
Nah.
Toronto?
Who?
DeRozan.
Nope, we don't need him.
We
Nope,
bring
we don't need
DeRozan up
Lillard.
here. We don't need Lillard.
Nope.
We need a big or
That'd
what?
be nice. We need a Jokic. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
We got shooters.
Right?
Don't worry. Like we're gonna put the ball in the hole.
Yeah. So
When it
Lillard-
comes time, I mean that.
Hey, since
What
Mark
we
don't
don't
want you in
need is
Dallas, hey,
Porzingis.
LA,
I can tell you that right
Lakers,
now.
baby, we'll take
That's
you
what we
all
don't
day,
need.
Dame. We'll take you all day
There
in
we
LA,
go.
Dame. All right, we'll do it like that. But yeah, Jokic won the MVP. Mark called it weeks ago. I thought Steph would have a good chance because he played his butt off this
They
year,
played insane.
like incredibly. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Insane.
But moving on to the playoffs, man. I don't know if y'all are watching the Lake Show. It's all good.
Called it.
Hey, Mavericks.
To the Tough.
It's all good.
This
Hey,
is not enough.
Don't know if KP will be here anymore. We'll get to that, but then
Don't need to be. It
Dallas,
should have been traded a long time ago.
you got to win. You got to play
More
better. You got to
valuable.
make shots. You go up 2-0, man. You just need 2 more wins before they get 4.
You know what? I didn't understand why they went away from a high pick and roll with Boban.
Yeah,
Literally nothing you can do about it.
yeah.
It's really damn near a dunk every
Putting that thing up
play.
there.
And Boban
Yeah.
is skilled. He actually can pass.
Yeah, he is.
And he can see. And he has touch. Like, name it.
Yeah.
Like, he's actually a Jokic,
Yeah.
but not a Jokic.
Yeah.
Like,
No, he's like the poor
Boban
man's
is there.
version.
Exactly.
But like
at 7'4".
8 inches taller.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like,
Unbelievable.
it was, yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
But here we are.
It's hard to question
It's
Rick
okay.
Carlisle, man, because that guy is really good.
He is
right?
really good.
I think he's the
Well,
best coach in the league still. But
I don't think so.
that's my
I
opinion.
think the
you know,
coach of the year got the best coach. He's the best coach in the league.
Who was the coach of the year?
Thibodeau. The way he did
In
with
New York?
Absolutely.
Oh, man, Thibodeau is a drill sergeant. He should have been in the
Absolutely.
military.
Absolutely.
He's in the
What he
military,
did, what have you heard about New York in the last 20 years?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. And I doubt
That
I'll
was
hear any
pretty
more about
fucking
him.
impressive.
That's
year?
just, I don't know. I don't think so.
They'll be back.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't know what they can do with getting a piece apart,
Yeah.
and they need them apart,
Yeah.
but they'll be back because they'll be feisty if that little chemistry that they had like sticks.
Yeah. Well, they're out. They got beat by the guy that the Mavericks gave up for Luka. So which is the better pick right here? Was it Trae
Luka
Young
or Trae?
or is it Luka? Because Trae
Bro.
is still in the playoffs right now, and
Yo.
he beat the 76ers in the first game.
That's tough. I
That's-
ain't gonna lie to you.
Yes,
'Cause we don't
sir.
even talk about Trae. They show Trae no love, bro. When we
No.
did that top 25 under 25, I want to say he was at like 26.
Well, if he went
28.
to UT, like Durant, he'd be
They would have gave him
number
like
1, number 2
bro,
maybe.
They show him no love.
But since
But
he went to OU,
No love.
no love.
Like,
man.
not a basketball school.
Yeah,
What?
exactly.
What did we put out? What do you mean?
Yeah. Hey,
Blake, Buddy, Trae, what's
yeah.
up?
Yeah, and Buddy.
If we go back,
is
we were Final
nothing
Four
that-
back in
yeah,
the day.
Buddy's pretty dang good, bro.
Buddy's he's progressed. Like he's been nice.
pretty dang
But
good.
yeah, I don't. Trae, Luka, that's a great conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think we put those numbers up next to each other.
Very similar.
Rebounds, obviously, Luka's gonna. kill
Are they both lacking on
but
defense?
what they do on their teams, which is weird. Like Luka is probably as defensively sound as
It's
Trae,
Trae.
which
And that's
is
crazy.
like not crazy.
That's crazy.
like it's crazy.
That's crazy. You would think Trey would be a little more athletic, but he's a little guy.
He's a
Like,
little
he's like
guy.
Steph.
That makes it, yeah, he's like
Little
Steph.
don't make no difference.
It does.
You're right. You're
It-
right.
it
Well,
don't,
in
but
the
it do.
league, in
Well,
the league, when you're dealing with these giants,
If they've determined to exploit that, which last night,
and you can
I'll
do the pick and
say
roll all day long, right?
they tried, but last night Trey was off. They got to him.
Yeah.
Like, they got to him. He didn't have a great game. I mean, he still went for like 20.
Yeah.
And I think he's went for 20 in every playoff game.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
I was just going to say, I mean, can you go against that?
No,
Who else is going to step up and do 20?
every night?
Every
Yeah,
night.
'cause
That's what I
every
mean.
night.
He's
Yeah.
consistent. So if somebody's consistent, size makes no difference.
Well,
He's getting
on the
around
defensive
everything
end,
else.
So
Well, I mean,
exactly, but on
yeah.
the defensive end, Philly was able to really dominate the game
Yeah.
inside, and so Trey didn't. He made no difference. Like defensively, he didn't like impact the game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's
Yeah.
that's so yes, offensively, and his points was tough.
Right.
I want to say like
I mean,
10 was at the free throw line.
Yeah.
To be honest, like it,
Okay.
Yeah,
you know,
well, I mean,
they
you're
got to
looking
him
at
pretty good.
the size. There's a size differential right there between those two teams, right? Because Philly's rolling out a pretty big lineup.
They got a big ass lineup.
They got a big lineup.
They got some big boy. Yeah, they
And
do.
that's like the little guy running through the trees, man. Like
No doubt.
these branches get real long and they go real high.
No doubt.
Right? So you got
No doubt.
that's some
No doubt.
serious floaters right there. You got
Some serious float.
And first you got to find
Trey
space.
had a floater blocked by Thibault.
Wow.
Like I was surprised. I was like, somebody blocked the floater,
A
bro.
floater.
Like he came from the baseline and blocked the floater. I was like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
so that's
like,
athleticism and
that,
size.
yeah, athletic and long, and so
Yeah.
yeah, Philly
Yeah.
got the best of it anyway.
And then last night the Clippers went up with a lead. Spider came back and bit them. You know, that was a
Tough.
great game to watch late if you stayed up, and I did stay up and watch that.
Forget about him. I
And
did watch it.
yeah, Donovan Mitchell is special.
He is special.
And the Phoenix Suns, man, are gonna give the Nuggets. I'm looking forward to seeing Game 2 of that series as well
I agree.
tonight. They're gonna give
The league is
Nuggets
in good
all-
hands, man.
Yeah, it's a lot.
We got
of
some
good young
talent. I
out
mean,
there
there's
right now.
some fun
Yeah,
talent. Like
yeah.
crazy.
And these cats
Tatum,
woke up. Hey, they were young
Donovan,
watching and one.
you
They
know
were
what I'm
watching, you know,
Yeah.
and one and Steph Curry mix right
Yeah,
now. You know,
yeah,
so you
yeah.
got some shooters with some handles going on.
You
So,
do, man.
But
Look at-
Mavs,
that's-
should
that's
we
cool.
trade KP? I think so. I think KP should get the boot here
They
pretty
should got that a
soon.
while ago.
Yeah, man. Like, you
Like,
know, hey, that
I
guy.
could have told you that.
You know, that dude. That looks like he could just break an ankle every step. Bro, I saw him jump.
Bro, he
he
fragile.
gave max effort on a jump and came down and held his knee. I was like,
So,
come on, dog. Like, you got to be able to jump.
Is this why Cuban's not listening?
Yeah, man. Well,
He said not hearing what he wants to hear.
You know, I heard, I was listening to, I forget, but they said that KP was he's the big money guy on the team
He's
right
the
now.
highest paid player on the Mavericks.
And Hardaway came in as a part of the package. And Hardaway has
Hardaway
outplayed him
is
completely.
the number 2.
Yeah,
Period.
period.
If you want, I mean, was it Kleber?
Yeah, Maxi Kleber.
Kleber.
Yeah, Kleber.
It's probably 3.
Yep,
That's
yep,
Like, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
that's
Or-
what you
or
call
Brunson.
Or
That's what you
Brunson.
call
Yeah,
a sunk
Jalen.
cost.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Oh,
And
they
it's,
already
Sunk
paid. They
cost.
already paid for him.
yeah,
They can't take it back.
No,
it's sad,
But
man.
that doesn't
'cause
mean he's doing a good job.
Yeah.
him,
Exactly.
him and Luka aren't getting along very well. You
They're
know,
not?
from what I understand. Like they don't dislike each other, but they're not. You know, hanging
They ain't
out.
vibe like
They don't
that,
have the
yeah.
vibe and the
Yeah.
chemistry
They
you would
don't.
imagine they would have off the court coming
Off the-
from
yeah, they
you know,
don't.
the same part of the world.
That's
or
your top
whatnot.
2. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he got to go.
Sounds like some Shaq and Kobe type stuff. Like Luka's in there ready to work, and Kobe and Shaq is just like, hey man, AKA KP is like, hey man, I already got my money, bro.
Hey, they
Show
got
up
rings
together.
though. I don't.
Yeah.
You get
Oh, and they're really good.
and their bench.
Steve Nash is the coach, man. Like, come on. Like that's just
Mike,
the whole team is
Mike
all stars,
James,
you know?
Tyler Johnson.
Yeah.
Like they got guys coming off the bench that
Yeah.
are like
Ballers.
they're
Their
cold,
second string is
but
first
Yeah.
string.
Yeah.
They could,
Yeah.
they could keep them in the game enough.
Absolutely.
Their second string could.
Very
It's
athletic,
impressive.
long.
That's
just
impressive.
everything you want in a
Yeah, it's
basketball
impressive.
team. you
They
get
handle
there,
right. They have
Yeah.
great IQ.
Yep. So
I got them.
moving on
Yeah,
to my
I like
favorite
talking about
sport,
them.
MLB, baseball. Man, what we talking about today? The sticky icky. The sticky icky, man. We wonder why these
What?
averages are so low, man. These pitchers, they're using the
They
spider
smoking?
tack, right? What's called a
So
spider
what
tack.
what's that?
The spider tack, it helps these pitchers get grip, which increases the rotation on the baseball. That makes it. They say it looks like you're throwing a 98-mile-an-hour wiffle ball.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
That's
how
tough.
You, that's how you get 238.
Yeah, that's
So,
tough.
so when I grew up playing baseball,
Yeah.
you weren't allowed to use any glue, any kind of anything. What changed?
What changed?
Yeah, did they allow it? Because I
stopped-
didn't know they were
Absolutely.
allowed.
They stopped
Why would they
enforcing
do
it.
that?
Well, you know, it's
I
kind of
mean-
like why they allowed steroids because it made the game entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
take
and-
it away.
They didn't
Yeah,
allow
take it
it.
No, no.
I agree.
Take it away.
And lower
allow
batting
it.
lower batting
They just
averages are not as entertaining.
It was known.
Right.
It was
Right.
a known
Not as
thing.
entertaining.
Yep.
It was a known thing. They say
Yeah.
that the Dodgers gave Trevor Bauer this huge contract, not only because of his skill, but he has the best sticky stuff in the
There's the
league.
best sticky stuff.
He's created his own sticky
His
stuff.
own, his
Oh,
own special
wow.
Right?
brand.
And Trevor
Special
Bauer
formula.
went from being horrible on the Cincinnati Reds, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking probably was going to be out of the league if
Really?
he didn't
Come
correct
up with
something
something?
real fast.
And then you got the sticky
right?
stuff.
Got the sticky stuff. Won a Cy Young the next year.
Oh wow!
So
very next
it
season-
made that big of a difference.
Bro,
So
he
they-
went
I mean,
from he went from like 200 revolutions per minute to over 600.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about serious break. That's 3 times the break on your curveball.
Man.
Right.
He's not an overpowering pitcher.
And
Right.
Oh, so he's throwing like
counting that
89,
stuff.
89, 89, 90.
Absolutely, and just dropping off.
Yeah,
Talking
no,
about
it is
falling off the
definitely.
table.
Yeah.
At like 70.
You're talking about adding 3 or 4 or 5 inches to a slider.
That's
Right?
a lot.
That's unhittable.
That's that's
Especially when it
Oh,
starts in the zone.
5 inches
Yep.
of movement.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
the top,
absolutely.
The top pitches
So
are
it
in
can
the
look like it's,
700
like,
to
coming at
800
you.
range of
It can look like it's coming at you
Coming
and
right
move
at you,
out
then
like a wiffle ball.
Yep.
Going to the strike zone.
98
Or
looking like
Or
a
out.
wiffle ball.
Yeah.
Man.
So
Wherever you swing, it ain't.
It
Yeah, it
ain't
ain't there.
where
They
he
need to
thought
take
it was
that away.
going.
They need
Yeah.
to take that away.
Oh,
Go back
yeah.
to skill. Go
Yeah.
back
So-
to
they
skill.
have they
And the-
have cases where the label ripped off of the ball and was stuck
From
to
the
the
glue?
pitcher's hand.
yeah.
Wow.
And there's these guys.
So that's why
They had-
that's
they
what
had a-
they.
It was a dog brother, man, decided to put some on his neck. So he go to his neck, wipe his neck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
That's a
they
good
they
move.
put in the glove, on the hat.
No doubt. No
That's
doubt.
Cracking
the old
down on
way.
it.
That's the old way.
They had,
They
Right?
still, but they've allowed it for so long.
So they're not gonna have that no more.
No, 10 game suspension initially.
Good.
And then it goes up from there.
Good.
10 games to a starting pitcher is just 2 games.
So as of this
Right,
week,
true.
so if we track, well, obviously we'll know from beginning of the season to today,
Yeah,
and then today and going forward,
Yeah.
we'll see like batting average go up.
absolutely.
Should.
Garrett Cole,
Should.
Garrett Cole, New York Yankees.
Yeah.
$300 million man, I believe.
Yeah.
Right? He's been dominating
He's
the
about to
past
be
3-4
ass.
seasons. His first game, the day that they announced this 10 game suspension, he got knocked out in like 2 innings, 3 innings.
Really?
Shortest appearance of the season.
How many runs?
I don't want to be a liar right here and tell you, but they,
More than
He didn't
2?
last.
More than 3?
Absolutely.
If they're taking you out in 2 and 3
absolutely.
innings, you're
Yeah, bro. Done.
Too many?
They saw you're like,
Yeah.
Dunsky.
who is that guy
Yeah.
out
So
there? That's
what
not who I
about
know.
what's his name? Snygard? What's his name?
Syndergaard? Oh, Noah? Nah, he's just a freak, bro. Like that guy.
He's freaky like that.
Yeah, he's a freak. That's Mansfield, Texas. So I saw Noah in 10th grade, man. And I'm talking, when I'm training my team,
Yeah.
Grace Prep,
Yeah.
he was Noah's same year as Zach Thompson, who we're going to get to shortly.
Okay.
Right? When I saw Noah in the 10th grade, it wasn't the pitching that tripped me out, right? So I was still hitting at
Right.
the time, just whatever,
No doubt.
right? And the kid's bat sounded like mine.
In 10th grade, his bat
His bat
sounded
sounded
like
like
yours.
mine. Noah hits bombs now. It's a big. They call him Thor for a reason, bro. He drops that hammer, boom.
Yeah.
And he got the long hair.
Yeah.
The guy is special, bro. And he's just a different type of cat. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Noah Syndergaard, he's 6'4". I saw him at the club. I saw him at forget the name of the club, Citizen.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? It's 2 years ago.
Yep.
Ran into him at Citizen. I was
Yep.
like, no.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Right.
I'm talking, in high school he was a sleek,
Yeah, slender.
6'4", just
Yeah.
popping that mitt. And I'm talking, he looked like Gronkowski, dog.
Well,
Kid with
NFL
his thick
tight end.
neck, bro. I'm
Like,
like,
what?
Noah, what did you eat, bro? What did you eat? Just super thick, strong kid, good looking athlete, bro. And
So just
Syndergaard's different.
he different.
Yeah, he's
This
actually
ain't
up
gonna
there throwing 100
affect none of
and
it. Like
he's
that's
doing-
him.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
and then Jacob DeGrom,
Same?
again, same thing.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
It's just some special people out there.
Wow.
Special people out there. But
That's
then there's
impressive.
the guys like Trevor Bauer that
Yep.
obviously took advantage of the
We're
sticky,
about to see. Yeah.
sticky icky.
And so you're gonna go back to the top pitchers. There's only gonna be about 3% of the pitchers total that
Yeah.
are like
Dominant. Yeah.
stupid.
The Nolan Ryan
you
type.
can
One,
see- yeah.
one
Just
percent.
continue to
Yeah,
see
that
the
are like,
top of the
yeah, they're
class.
dumb.
Absolutely, right?
Yep.
And then moving on to the home run leaders, man, this thing changes every time. So now, oh, man, Shohei Ohtani hit a 470-foot bomb to dead center last night, so he is now number 17. He's got 17 bombs.
They're back at 17.
Right, he didn't even on the list, but Guerrero's leading
Man,
everybody with
these-
18.
these juniors.
Tatis Jr., and a new guy from Cincinnati by the name of Winker. I don't know who this guy is, but he's got to hit bombs with a name like Winker.
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 Yay.
Makes me think of Finkel.
Finkel is Einhorn and Einhorn
Finkel is Einhorn. Yeah, bro.
Wow.
Straight up. But, man, this is special to me right here. I'm wearing the Marlins jersey. I didn't know when I pop it out, but thankfully I hadn't worn it yet, man, because I had a kid by the name of Zach Thompson, right? Arlington Grace Preps. Coached this kid. I had the privilege of coaching him from his sophomore year through his senior year until graduation in baseball.
Yeah.
And he made his major league debut Monday, pitching for the Miami Marlins, starting. So, man,
cheers to that.
Cheers, man. Cheers to
Yeah,
that, man.
cheers
I
to
wish
that
I could
empty
say that I
glass.
taught him how to
Right.
pitch. I didn't teach him a thing about pitching.
Cheers with an empty glass.
Hold on, man.
Pass it on
down.
Let's fix that. Let's fix that, man.
Yeah. All right.
So, that's the
Top up.
first kid I've ever coached that's made it to the
amazing.
league. I've had several go
Yeah,
to
that
college.
is.
I've had several go to the minors. But, Zach, you made it, bro. I am proud
Congrats,
today,
bro.
Congratulations.
bro. Way to
Congrats.
work, bro.
That's
It's
big
been a
time.
long grind. You stuck at it. You stuck to it when a lot of people quit and gave that thing up, bro.
Yeah.
Well done.
Absolutely.
Well done, man.
Absolutely.
So proud of
That's
you, man.
balls,
This is
bro.
a good kid, man. Great
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. He's just one of those kids had quiet confidence about himself.
Good.
Coming up.
Yep.
And just
Steady.
very humble, and soaked it all up. He's a very coachable kid. And, man, just want to say, great job, bro. Just wanted to give you that little tribute right there. But, yeah, man, Team USA's headed to the Olympics. That's great.
It was a great game.
Balled out.
You missed it.
Team USA.
Go back and watch it.
Yep.
Team
Headed to the
USA.
Olympics.
Baseball?
Yeah.
Who's
Baseball.
on there?
Olympics.
Matt Kemp, man.
Yep.
The man's on there.
Matt's
dog.
on there?
Matt's on Team
Oh,
USA.
shit, I'm gonna
big
watch.
dog.
That's good.
Yeah, bro. Got to check him
good.
out. Gotta check him
Absolutely.
out.
Beat Venezuela. It was
Yeah.
a really
Was
good
that-
game.
They beat Venezuela?
Clint Frazier's on there?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Todd Frazier.
Oh, Todd
Dominated, actually.
Frazier's on there.
Really?
Dominated.
Homer Bailey's on
Todd
there.
Frazier's on there?
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Homer Bailey's on the team. They got some ballers on that
Okay.
squad, man. And they ran through whoever they were playing
Yep.
against, bro. Like,
South-
ran
I'm not
through them.
gonna say it's like my dream team that I would have picked
Yeah.
all together,
You're
but
right.
it's a good one.
Some
Yeah,
guys
good
on that
It's a
team
good
where you're
one.
like, I can't believe they don't have a job right now.
Right.
They're still in the major leagues playing.
They do. They
Like,
have
absolutely.
USA.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So
Okay.
gonna be entertaining to watch those guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully those guys can
that's
go and
fun.
win a gold medal, come back and get signed up and help this league average increase, man, while these pitchers get rid of that
There you go.
sticky icky. But yeah, man.
Icky.
Oh, last thing, Julio Jones, Tennessee Titans. Man, I don't know what's going on there. That's a running team. I guess they're gonna hit them with the
They
play
are
action
running
fake
team,
and beat them
but
down.
their play action
downfield.
pass is stout.
Yeah.
Their play action is crazy.
That's gonna
because
open up
they
some
are a running
holes
team.
for that run.
Yeah,
though.
and
Absolutely.
I'm sure they're not going to spread
Yeah.
with Tannehill, but
Yeah.
no, yeah, I agree. I think this is more big play potential on top of what they already have.
Yeah,
That's-
and they've got something
And they-
already.
Yeah, they do.
Because Brown is no slouch.
Who?
Brown?
Brown? Who you talking
AJ Brown?
about? AJ? Yeah, he no joke.
He's no slouch.
Yep. No,
no
he ain't no
slouch.
joke. He's
And,
a grown ass man.
Oh, Julio's going back to his college number. Wearing number 2.
Oh, back to the two.
Went back
I
to
like
the 2,
that.
man. Didn't want to take AJ Brown's
I like that.
number. So a lot
I
of
like the
respect
new
there,
numbers
so.
in the NFL.
Yeah.
I like getting back single digits.
So they are allowing single digits now.
They are.
For defense and offense?
For defense, I want to say DBs, receiver. I want to say linebackers can do single digits.
Because I saw Jalen went back to number 9. I thought it was just
there
a
you go.
practice like
So yeah,
Dion.
no, he's not. Yeah, linebacker.
Wow, that's awesome.
Then I
Notre Dame, baby.
would say running backs too.
Yeah,
Like can do single digits. If
That'll be
linebackers
fun.
can, I wouldn't doubt that running backs could too.
that'll be fun. But
But
y'all know what time it is.
yeah,
Tech Talk with Jonas.
yeah.
Well, there's one more sports.
Uh-oh.
One more sport, which is a very technical sport. So
Well,
Oh,
my personal favorite to watch, Formula One,
oh.
it is very
in
technical.
the last couple of weeks has had a little bit of an upset. This has been an
Formula
interesting-
One upset.
Yeah, a little bit of an upset.
Yeah.
This has been an interesting season on the Formula One circuit because they've made some rule changes. Last year, 2 or 3 years now, it was Mercedes Ferrari. Ferrari's just basically gone now. I don't even know what they're doing.
Wow.
Those guys are like, the Italians are just pissed at them right now because they're not showing.
Might be hitting the Michael
Oh.
Jordan, come back with a real splash.
It may be. It wouldn't surprise me. But Red Bull, Max Verstappen at Red Bull has been putting the show on this year.
That's
Pulling
not surprising.
his weight. It's not a surprise.
But yeah, I feel.
But
they've-
would absolutely be.
it's a Honda powered.
Honda?
Yeah, powered by Honda.
Fast and Furious?
Fast and Furious.
Dude.
And so they've been consistently, top 5, second place. They've been comfortably in second place for a long time.
Yeah.
But just a couple of weeks ago, Lewis Hamilton, big fan of Lewis Hamilton, but he had a bad day. He just had a bad day.
He never has a bad day.
The other Mercedes driver
It was due.
was leading well, had a solid lead, had a bad pit stop. Like really had the worst pit stop.
The worst pitch. Okay.
They basically broke the wheel,
Oh my gosh.
not off the car, but so it couldn't be taken off.
Yeah, no,
so he
that's
was
crash
basically
time.
stuck with a dead
shit! There's
tire.
nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, nothing they could do about it. And he was, I mean, everybody's.
That's brutal.
I mean, what do you do?
bad.
Yeah,
what do you do?
That's the worst pit
Sounds
stop.
like a
You fire your pit crew is what you do.
So
like a setup.
you know, so we
Yeah,
got
who's on that
Hamilton
crew?
struggling to get back into the,
Wife
even
didn't
into the
sleep
top
right.
5 at
Yeah.
that point, and Verstappen just walks away with it, which put them put him in the lead.
Points lead.
In the points lead. Yeah.
Really?
Gosh.
So then we had a race which I have not had a chance to watch, but the standings after the race Sunday still has Verstappen in the lead, which means that he was at least in the top 2 again.
Already.
So do you DVR these and take 4 hours out of your day to watch?
I'll be
way you
honest.
watched-
I'll be
you-
honest
you
with
watched
you.
the whole race?
Sometimes I fast forward through spots
Okay.
You got to.
because there's sometimes some races are a little more.
It's literally just a car, like going
Going
like that.
Whoa,
No,
yeah.
Circle's not going in circles.
Formula
That's
One,
So they don't
like-
go in circles. They go in.
You
They
can
go in
see
street
NASCAR
tracks.
goes in circles.
trees, some street signs.
Formula One is still like turns. Okay,
see
you're
the
going
red
through
and
you-
white,
more
so-
turns than you would if you're on NASCAR. Okay,
True.
So
Watch the car
a lot like
turn
NASCAR
corners.
and a lot like hockey. You don't watch it for the game. You watch it for the break.
for the fights.
You watch it for the fight.
you're waiting for a fight
You're waiting.
in
You're waiting for
NASCAR?
something to. Well, not a
happen.
fight,
You want
but
a
you're waiting
wreck.
for
Waiting for the wreck.
the
A
action.
wreck.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going real fast.
What they get about a wreck match? If that, it's like point.
NASCAR went down to like 0. They put so many safety features in.
Yeah, they're not
So
there
many.
no more.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so
Well, and that's Formula One has got tons of safety features and rules and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I
but,
don't see
but when
racing
you're
Formula
running 200 miles an hour on a street track that's all these tight little twists and turns, it's
Yeah.
still like you still see things like the big fiery crash last year and the we had guys blow off the track and just demolish a wall
yeah,
this year. I mean it's they're moving fast.
yeah,
They're flying.
they're fun.
It's cool to watch.
200 is
It's sort of like was it Marvel when what's his name came in with this chain and Iron Man had to come in and stop him on the track of Monaco. Remember?
Oh yeah.
oh.
That's the one he's talking about. Formula One going around.
So
and,
yeah, Monaco. I love Monaco because it's
Monaco's-
Monaco.
yeah, it's-
I'll
yeah,
be looking.
that's
in,
F1.
I'll be looking in the stand, like try to see like the women like around the sides. I know, but no,
Yeah.
I can only watch so much of an actual race.
Yeah,
because,
yeah.
All right. Is there
You're
Yeah.
looking for the wrecks and other things.
other things? in
Okay,
that?
so moving on.
Yes,
So I've said my piece on that. We'll see what happens.
we will.
But it's exciting. It's as exciting as it gets.
So will Lewis Hamilton be able to still win this year?
Oh yeah. There's
still in
that's
the-
that's the fun part about it right now is that it's
There's
instead of it
actually-
being
Lewis got
Mercedes
it.
Lewis and
gone.
Mercedes are
Yeah,
got it.
done.
We're halfway-ish through the season and it's still in contention. Like
Gotcha.
there's still
Gotcha.
room for not only those, but like even second place is not guaranteed. Even third place is not
Oh, okay,
guaranteed right
okay.
now. Now,
So there's
beyond,
some more-
beyond that,
there-
you're kind of out of there.
Yeah.
But those
there's
top
some
2
more
or 3
parity.
and 4 spots are really in contention right now,
Yeah.
which is highly very unusual for Formula One in the last 10 years.
Car
Right.
racing is nothing but engineering. Literally.
See,
It's-
we've had this talk.
Yeah,
it's nothing
a lot
but-
of
That's I was like, what's
Yeah.
the difference between like driver so much as it is like the car? Like
It's both, but the car is engineered to the place where there's not a civilian car out there that could match it. Right? Even if you buy a Porsche
all
or
the
Mercedes,
baby car
all
on the
of
track
them.
is like that.
Yeah, they're
right.
all. I mean, like to the
Period.
yeah
We're not
to,
gonna-
to the
nobody gonna
millimeter.
fuck with that. Yeah. But determining the winner, why somebody can win every year for like
Yeah.
10 years.
It's
Yes.
definitely both, and certainly once you get past the Mercedes and Ferrari and Red Bull, once you get past those guys, like the other teams have so much technical debt to catch up on.
Yeah.
A lot of times they're buying engines from Mercedes or whatever,
No
so
doubt.
they're not even
Yeah.
getting
And
this
they're
year's.
selling them a lesser engine, by the way.
Well, yeah.
Like, is this shit proprietary? Like, it's like,
yeah,
we
yeah,
got
yeah.
patents
Oh
and
yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah. Okay. So
Very
that's what.
hardcore.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. To that
Yeah.
point, because, but could somebody drive Lewis Hamilton's same car?
We had
And
that
have the
happen
production.
last year. So
Yeah.
so
That's
Hamilton
it. Right.
came up positive with COVID.
Right. Oh,
Couldn't
right.
go to the race.
Right.
They brought in a guy who's like the B team,
B team guy driver.
and he was winning the race, hands down. Had a bad pit stop.
Nothing
Nothing to do with him.
That's
it was,
crazy.
In fact, I would say that right now, what's killing Mercedes more than anything else is their engineering, their pit crew. Not just the pit crew. I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just saying like their engineering and pit crew has been giving them more grief this year and last year.
I'm just going to say that Mercedes is not listening to you anyways right now.
No doubt.
I'd venture to say that Mercedes is probably not paying any attention.
No doubt.
Call them out.
But Toto Wolff, you need to work on your, if you are listening.
Let it rip.
Yeah.
But whereas Red Bull has consistently been 2 second or less pit stop times, which is insane.
That's insane.
Solid engine. They've had some problems like you do when you're running at that close to the limit. But nothing like what Mercedes has had this year.
Yeah.
Which is unusual in
It's still
itself.
at the top.
It's not usually there.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Still
And they're still pushing the limits of 180, 200 mile an hour speeds.
Well, when you drive a
Been that fast
Mercedes
yet.
Benz,
Not driving, have you?
Yeah. Huh?
I'm talking about some very
I've been
fine
160.
Really?
engineering.
Yeah. In the Mercedes.
Right.
My Mercedes.
Not everybody knows how to fix those cars.
It was like
True.
212.
That's very true.
No, I don't. I've had like 3 regular driving tickets, so it's all good. Like I sold all my cars, and I got a Honda Santa Fe because of that. I was like, I do not need to have fast cars.
Right.
I had
don't.
187 in the Camaro.
I've had more
Yeah.
regular driving tickets. Huh?
Had 187 in the Camaro.
Oh, that's nice.
Was that street legal?
That's what's up. Hell, yes,
As far as you know.
Yeah.
of course.
Hey man, I love going fast as well. Burner.
But it's pretty crazy to get.
Well, yeah, that's like biker boys. That's what things
Yeah,
are just
that's
like
flying.
tunnel vision.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's totally tunnel. You have to be
Floating.
concentrating on
Literally
what you're
floating.
doing.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
Not
So
that fast, but
all right.
It's-
I think we have one sort of technical thing we can talk about that'll
Yes.
be pretty interesting to this group.
I like it.
I want to hear it.
There's a guy. This is not news per se. It's just news to me because I didn't know about this.
Okay.
There's a guy, a Norwegian psychiatrist, and I'm going to destroy his name, so I apologize,
Let it
Mr.
rip.
Finn, first of all. Finn Skarderud.
Destroyed.
Finn Skarderud
Yeah.
says that we're all about 0.05 blood alcohol level deficient. Like our normal operating parameters should
Really?
be that we should have about 0.05 BAC.
So
we
you
would
said
all be
just
we would
drink
all be a
every
lot
day,
happier.
get up
We
in the
need that for
morning, drink more.
homeostasis?
Right, exactly.
Wow.
Yay,
So,
cheers
so
to
the
that
question
guy.
is,
What's his name?
are we all just
I'll
a
go.
little bit alcohol deficient?
Utopia.
Hey, what's the guy? Ned Flanders? What is it?
It's
Very good.
Finn Skarderud.
Yeah.
Scott.
Well, I mean, it's Norwegian. What do you?
Yeah.
So what? I mean, what did he?
So actually,
That's hilarious.
So he did make that statement. He has since come back to clarify that the full quote left off the last half of the sentence. That he didn't really mean that, but that people were, just naturally a little bit tightly wound, and
Oh,
Indeed.
Yeah. Absolutely.
he wasn't
Indeed.
necessarily saying that what we should do is drink
Drink
all the
more.
time.
There needs to be more chill in the world.
Well, it
Yeah,
sounds like
but
somebody
have a
came
little bit
back
more
to him and was
chill
like,
on
"Hey, man, you can't just go around telling people to drink."
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but
well,
I think he
finished
should.
his statement.
Well, I don't have the rest of the statement.
People
Like,
We don't
were
need the
like,
whole book.
Yeah, it's like,
that.
they were
Go
like,
with that.
oh yeah, that we're good.
Right.
That part.
right. I think he could probably
Wait,
update
there's 2
that
more
to
paragraphs
say,
left.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Hey, Jesus did turn water into wine.
True.
right?
Absolutely.
I think
saying.
he could update that to say that a little BAC or a little THC makes the world a better place.
I agree.
Absolutely.
100%.
I'm not recommending
You
it.
can
I'm
take a
just saying
THC
that's-
cheers or
Hey,
BAC
that's what the Norwegian
cheers.
Told y'all that
Cheers.
hey, you overdose on THC and you're going to sleep and
Right.
get real hungry.
That's right.
Facts.
I ain't like,
Oh, there's one more thing. Since we talked about Bitcoin pre-show,
oh yeah.
El Salvador is looking at being the first sovereign nation, first nation state to.
It's official.
They made it
they
official.
did?
Yeah,
Made it today.
that's what I was actually looking at earlier.
That's awesome.
So you know what that opens the door for?
So let's finish.
Okay.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Well,
Bitcoin is now going to be the unofficially recognized currency
Yeah.
in El Salvador.
Yes.
Now, in terms of that's like me saying, I am going to officially recognize anybody who can shoot as good as me as an official NBA player.
Yeah.
They're not really the most compelling use case.
For sure.
No doubt.
But
No doubt.
but it is a sovereign country. It is a nation state.
It's a
that's
nation state. It's a
acknowledging
sovereign, yep.
Bitcoin as a currency.
Yep.
So, Mark,
That opens the door for cryptocurrency to be held as a national currency
100%.
in the basket of SDRs,
Right.
with the IMF.
As opposed
Yeah,
to
It does.
It does.
the position that the U.S. has taken so far, which is, well, I don't know if it's really a currency.
Yep.
Yeah,
They just needed
okay.
one nation to actually officially make it a.
So,
Yeah, I think
the question I would have
more
is
than
who
one.
paid El Salvador for this?
Yeah, I was gonna say like it,
Right? I mean, why El Salvador?
Why
Why,
they-
not?
Hey, we'll see over the next 10 years.
They've,
of that
they've had more
infrastructure. We'll see
inflation,
what that thing-
right? Their inflation is like
Right.
something stupid, right? Is
Yeah,
that
right.
where
That's
Salvador,
ultimately, yeah.
Venezuela?
They've been struggling with
it
some
was been like insane.
with their official national currency.
So it's
previously,
actually helped
it's-
stabilize or
They're looking at
some of
having
their
a
economy.
more stable value store versus their fiat currency.
Currency, absolutely.
Oh yeah. Well, they need
That's-
that.
Yeah, and then more people
Right.
will because inflation. I
Well-
think we're just getting started.
And that's the thing.
Yeah,
that-
I think we're just getting started.
And we
Like,
told y'all about those
I'm
ruffles.
Please, no, please, no.
just-
$4
I-
a bag.
We're just
Yeah.
getting started.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Just
well,
getting
and
started.
the thing is with that is the ability, an alternative currency that doesn't require a national infrastructure to maintain it. As to maintain the
Gold
records of
deposits.
it.
Yeah, they're trying to
And
get
the
away from
records,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to go.
So
with the dollar.
the downside of it is because meanwhile, about the same time that the El Salvador thing was taking place, the FBI claims that they've been able to recover some
Yeah.
of the Bitcoin from the
Yeah.
Colonial Pipeline hack.
Oh, for sure.
And why do you think that is?
Honestly, I believe it's because the guys who set up the Colonial Pipeline hack were a bunch of morons. Because
What do you think?
Oh, if you think they can't get to you on blockchain, you're insane.
I would say
I'm thinking more along the
Bro.
lines as Putin went, "Hey, give some of it back."
Yeah.
Right? Because
No.
you know,
They don't tee it up that
right?
easy.
You don't think so?
No.
I would,
think if you don't think that you can, blockchain, literally, like, you will be accessible.
Really?
Believe it or not. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
You
I think
are
it's still a
accessible.
process of filling out your information.
you still have to.
It's even more of a process, right? You got to do all kinds of crazy stuff to get onto the blockchain.
You
Like
have
taking
to.
pictures with signs that you wrote on, like stuff that I never.
for the commoner.
Right, that's
But
that's
even-
just to get that's to get
Yeah,
on
yeah, for the,
geez.
like that's to
bro.
get on
Yeah,
the
that's-
official on ramp.
yeah.
Like,
That's for the common, like us regular motherfuckers.
The old
Yeah,
school
yeah.
the old school way to get on to get on there was required some what we would have called operational security. Like you had to do some steps to set the same thing. Like everybody's advertising VPNs. I'm not against VPNs. VPNs are a great thing to have, but just the fact that you buy ExpressVPN, and I'm not knocking ExpressVPN, they're great people, but just because you buy that and hit the little button and turn it on does not mean that your tracks are covered at all.
At all.
At best, it means that you can watch like some Amazon Prime stuff that's officially supposed to only be in the UK or something. Like that's the best that it's giving you.
Yeah.
Which is good because that's
Or get on an exchange.
or
that's
maybe
not
or
access to
may
America,
like
whatever.
potentially buy XRP from through another country.
From-
Not that
yeah,
anybody in this group would have ever done that.
Ever
Yeah.
doing that, or would think about something so outrageous.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
Yeah, outrageous.
Yeah.
But,
but yeah,
you could
again, that's-
conceivably do that.
You could.
And guess what? somebody still knows that.
Exactly.
You did.
That's
Because
the point.
Because you're not, there's a lot of other stuff that goes into producing the anonymity part of it.
Right.
The
that
pipeline
most
has
people
to
are
go
just not going
somewhere.
to do.
Right.
And
Somebody owns that pipeline.
the
Exactly.
pipeline has
Who
to go
created
somewhere.
it?
Who created? Who owns it?
Who owns it? Who has access to it?
Then we know who has access to it.
We know
Well,
who
Listen to us
in
now.
Bitcoin, everybody has access to it. That's the thing about it. It's like there's no secrecy. That was and it still is. But
Yep.
most people are never going to even think about the process that they have to go through to get to the point of being anonymous on
That's right.
on Bitcoin, as is evidenced by some people who are theoretically supposed to be the criminal element.
Yes, the best of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know about that, but
You're on the network that has a beginning.
Right.
And they can track every transaction back to the beginning.
Yep.
Yep.
yeah,
They sure can.
to the beginning that it shows up
Because
on
that
that
blockchain
network. Yes,
reflect it, yeah.
right,
Therefore, to that, I'm just saying, like,
right.
you're trackable. Like, it don't matter who you is. If you own something, and
If
you're on
you're-
that network, if you're on the block, like, you're trackable.
If you're
Like,
if
they're
you're
gonna get to you. If they wanted, they really wanted to, they'll get to your ass.
if you're just like me
Yeah.
or Mark Clayton
Or, yeah, just
or Mark
regular-
Casper for that matter.
Yeah,
They don't
MC.
care about
the
it.
MCs.
I have
It's
no
the MCs.
need-
Square, baby.
Yeah.
As
Like
long as we're not doing anything illegal,
it's-
they're not
no
going to care.
doubt.
Right. It's a lot of trouble to achieve any level of anonymity on
Yes.
blockchain.
On blockchain. Yeah.
Most people don't need it,
Yeah.
and therefore they're not going to put the effort into it.
Yep.
Now, whether you should have it by default is another argument that we can have another day.
No doubt.
But
It ain't there.
it's not there now because
Unless
because
you
the
own more than 51% of the network.
unless you own more than 51% of the network,
Then
which
you
is
can
a
erase
whole
all the
other
transactions.
yeah, that's a whole other issue. And then
right.
we get into the hard forks and the soft forks and the
Mm-hmm.
but the thing is,
yeah.
if you're thinking that you're going to get some Bitcoin and you're going to like have some funds secreted away that,
Right.
that the government can't get to,
Right.
you're just wrong.
You're just wrong.
Like if you really need to do that, there are old school methods
They have to do
of
with
accomplishing that.
Silver, gold and
Gold,
silver.
gold, and silver.
Yeah,
Not
I mean it's
Yeah,
possible
bro.
to possible to do.
Cash or cash only.
So it would be more like
Cash is fading,
it'd be
but
more like
Hey.
gold, silver, beans,
cash.
bullets, and bandages.
Man.
Yeah, right.
I'm telling you.
But that's not
that's
not
the
what
way.
you're buying into when you're buying into
I've
cryptocurrency.
heard stories of high level people swapping lots of cash
cash.
under the radar.
Cash.
That's going to be looked at.
and,
It's going to be flipped.
Yeah.
But- So the narrative was kind of early. Just been in the space for it's going on 5 years now. Bitcoin was for all the thugs. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
That they're doing all the crimes, dirty crimes, and cyber crime. All that.
Black market.
In the future, it's going to be cash.
Yep.
If you got cash.
Right.
Why ain't you on the blockchain?
Exactly.
Like, what do you got to hide?
Exactly.
Like, why are you showing that? Like digital cash.
I'm not
It's
even
more
gonna bring up the
secure. It's more
conversation.
transparent. Like,
yeah.
it's more like.
I'm not gonna bring up the
Without-
conversation that we had the other day. That just scared the fight. So
But
we're
yeah,
gonna keep that
that's
at
coming.
we're gonna keep
After
that at the
this is
restaurant.
over, I'd like to hear it.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, yeah, like frightened me, man. Like I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna do it, but still, you got me thinking about something completely outside of the box of what I was thinking about before. But
Yeah.
no, man. Like
that's good.
that's good stuff right there, Jonas.
Yeah.
That's good
Yeah.
stuff right
Bitcoin
there.
is an official
Yeah.
national.
It's officially recognized by at least one nation state as a currency.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the FBI can recover it if you're sloppy covering your tracks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which will be
If you're-
99.9%
if
of
you're-
population.
If you're planning on being a cyber criminal,
Yeah.
like you better take some classes.
Yeah.
It's like
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure
like
it
you
out.
don't just pick that shit up.
No,
They got
don't.
you.
That's a
They
fact.
got you.
They got you.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's like
That's a
DNA,
fact.
baby. They got you, dog.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's yeah. I'm sorry, I was starting to say this a while ago.
Oh yeah.
As opposed to cash, where you have a big pile of cash sitting on your table, and you say, "Yeah, man, I got my buddy gave me this cash,"
Yeah.
Right.
and they're like, "Yeah, but we got serial numbers," and you're like, "I don't know where he got it."
I don't know where it's
no idea.
been.
Bitcoin,
You know.
you know.
Exactly.
I know where this was mined. Actually.
There ain't no hiding the audit trail.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No,
So if
I
you're
ain't
gonna
hiding.
be a cyber criminal, if you're gonna be the criminal
Yeah, you gotta be
mastermind
good.
with Bitcoin,
blockchain
like, you
might not
might
be the
want
spot
to-
for you, man. That's all I'm saying.
Somebody's y'all doing that. You got like ghostcurrency.com. Try to find that. Like, when we can do that, can erase transactions. Like,
Hey,
woo.
there's gonna be a lot of
That's
small
big money.
print, a lot of small print in there, dog. There's gonna be a lot of risk involved with something like that. You know, a lot of fine print, dog. Gotta read it. 'Cause your money might not be your money after too long. You know what I mean? Might end up somewhere else, dog, and that transaction might not go through when you can't get it back.
And that's what the the El Salvador thing, the FBI thing.
Yeah.
We talked to Omar a while back about crypto.
Yeah.
All of this stuff that we keep seeing over and over again is this going to be the new currency for the U.S.? I don't know that, but is it going to end up being another regulated security or exchange medium?
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be fully regulated. They're going to have rules around it. They're going to set up these exchanges, and if you want to be the big dog in that, you better right now be figuring out how you're going to be the guy on the back end of it.
Yeah, you just send an email to Ripple and say, "Hey, what are y'all doing?"
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, what? Oh, okay.
U.S. no, world yes. Right.
After this
well,
case,
I mean,
after this Ripple case,
it just all
precedents will be set.
The precedent will be set. Yeah.
It's coming.
Because it's going to be going to be the people who manage the exchanges, not the miners. Not the people like me and you that buy $100 worth of cryptocurrency.
Yeah,
it's going to be the people who run the exchanges that make the money. Not necessarily Coinbase.
Yeah.
Sorry, Coinbase.
Hey, there's a pretty big deal happening on the 11th this week, right? I think the SEC asked for an extension of some sort.
SEC is in shambles right now.
Exactly.
Is that the Southeastern Conference?
Nope.
They are actually in great shape, by the way.
Yeah, bro.
They're in great shape.
You know, I'm talking about. They got to come up with some names and they got to verify some names, right?
Well, by
the 11th.
Yeah,
they got to drop dead.
They were supposed to disclose information in regards to how they determined Bitcoin and Ethereum was not a security
versus
XRP. Why they came to their conclusion of XRP and filed a lawsuit. It hasn't been done yet.
You got to come up with some names.
Ripple sent a letter to the mail. Hey, we're still waiting.
Hey, so let's say
y'all got a few days to get you some.
I don't want to say in fairness to, but with they've also had to. I'm about to say that they've had to redo a lot of their leadership, but it's also June. They've had 6 months.
SEC?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have.
They've had 6 months.
They've had attorney drop off the case.
Right. Well, and the senior leadership has been reappointed by
Gensler's in now.
Right.
Gary Gensler is taking over.
Right. And some of the other leadership that I've heard speak in various places, like it's not that they're idiots, but
they don't have an answer.
I don't think they have an answer.
They just try to extend this thing as long as they possibly could. Bro.
Well, partly because they had a decision that was made under different senior leadership that they are now having to take responsibility for and try to figure out a path forward on.
Which is interesting because
that's kind of a
is now the CEO.
Right.
Finance USA.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of a only in America.
Fishy
has a lot of XRP. Actually.
Oddly enough, yes.
Fishy.
Like really?
What's really going on here?
What do we say? Follow the money.
Let's drop the prices so I can keep gathering as much as possible.
Follow the money.
Follow the money.
Not give anybody else access to it.
Follow the money.
Yeah,
always follow the money.
That's how you do it. Hey, we're gonna cut it off for you guys, but hey,
this was good, man.
Scrooge McDuck this bad boy.
Get that money.
But yeah, man. No, great stuff. Tech Talk is my favorite, man. Mark,
thank you. It was a pleasure.
Man, Richmond, Virginia.
MC.
Another MC in the house.
Tech for Troops, who are Titans.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, man.
Hey, let's drop that. Let's drop your.
I'm just trying to bring it all back full circle.
You gotta let it go.
Yeah, man.
Let it go, bro.
I'm just saying.
Let's drop your contact information for Tech for Troops one more time.
Techfortroops.org, techfortroops.org, and instead of getting 500,000 emails, because I know it's what we do, info at techfortroops.org.
Yep.
All right,
Info
that'd be
at
perfect, and
techfortroops.org.
I'll get it eventually. But it'll come in and be dispersed as to who needs what. Whether you're a vet in need, corporate needs support, or wants to support veterans or support us moving into DFW, or with equipment or finances, as well as coming out and seeing us at the game this weekend.
Yes.
Right, the celebrity game.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be a blast.
Yep.
CelebritySoftballClassic.org. If you hadn't gotten your tickets, go ahead and get some. Hopefully there's some left.
Hopefully
this
some.
thing is packed out, man.
Yep.
We sold all the tickets. They opened up 1,000 more for this week. Reserves, non-active, man. Thank y'all very much for your service,
Yep.
man. We're here for y'all. Y'all, hit us up. Hit up Tech for Troops, man.
Love it.
Give you a hand. Hey, we'll see y'all next week.
Thank you.
Wednesday, around this same time. Same bat location for sure.
I'm gonna say one thing on for technology though coming on.
Yeah.
Is the DoD drop of the UFO information?
Yeah.
We need to come up with that soon,
Okay.
right?
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Hey, we might hit that up next week, right?
It'll
another
be close
producer.
too. It'll be close too next week.
We're gonna hire
Things
my
like
guy right
by the
here.
25th.
On 20. Oh, okay. So
Right
we're
on.
25th to 26th.
Yeah,
somewhere
we're
there.
good. We got
Supposed to.
time. We got time. We got
Yeah.
time. Good deal.
That'd be a good
Sure
one
we
to
can
go
figure
over.
that one out.
Good deal. We'll see y'all next week, man. Thank you.
I'm the last man standing. 4-5, sitting on my dresser like a bandit.